All right. Afternoon, everyone. I think I've got audio. Audio looks good. Looks like my gain is down a little bit. Let me turn my gain up just a touch. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, or welcome me back, I guess. Been a little busy lately with, I guess we'll call it real life, because coding is not real life, or maybe coding is real life, and real life is coding. Who knows? But I've been a little busy these past couple of weeks. But trying to get back into the swing of some things, and someone asked about master detail navigation in uh, the Sextant navigation library, which I've been helping maintain. Um, so I pulled up my old Showroom application. Let me close all but pinned. Pulled up my old Showroom application, and this has master detail navigation. And just kind of wanted to. Ooh, this has got red stuffs in it. They're no good. Um, I might actually have to restart Rider here in a minute. I just wanted to bring this up to snuff with another way that I've approached this. So I'll point out here that here I've got use of the default locator, uh, which is a reactive UI thing, and we have a service locator, and you'll hear all the people spit all the dogma about how service location is the anti-pattern. Well, service location itself is not an anti-pattern. It's just a tool, and we have to know when to use it and not abuse it, and that's the hard part. So I'm going to take this and convert it to something that I found another way to do it, um, a little more to my liking, and we'll just kind of go from there. So probably won't change too much. I'm just going to kind of talk through some of the components and some of the parts that make up Sextant. All right, well, I'll just close the solution because why is that? All right, there we go. Now let's move this over to the left third and coolio. All right, so I've got some red in here. I actually do want to, I have a build here, so we're going to go ahead and run our build first just to make sure that our build works, and we'll close our terminal while that happens. And we will bring up we'll actually run this, and bring up the simulator and kind of talk through what I think we're going to do today. So I get into a lot of interesting conversations around navigation in Xamarin Forms. Some folks have said that it should be something different. And in all honesty, in my opinion, I think that Xamarin Forms navigation is perfectly fine the way it is. It's literally just a stack. And at worst case, there we go, we'll open up so you can see the simulator. At worst case, it's a stack on top of a stack. So not a stack within a stack. Maybe you can get, no, can you get stack within stack? No, because every time you push a navigation page, you technically start a new stack. So yeah, so you can have a stack on, I guess branching from another stack, but it's not a stack within a stack. So it's not like a multi-dimensional thing. It's more of a tree node type deal, which is, I guess, still multi-dimensional, so maybe it is. But you'll notice here we've got a pretty simple, straightforward master detail navigation. This is something that I started a while ago to get it. Ooh, hard crash. Gotta love that. Okay, let's find out what happened. What does the debug output tell us? Because it will tell us something. I don't think I have logging set up. I need to set up logging and get those damn logging things taken care of. Okay. I don't see any exception. called when navigating to passed on. Okay, so maybe let's go look at our versions of stuff, and maybe we fix some bugs and we need to upgrade versions. So is this using packages config? I don't think this one is using packages config, so let's just go ahead and edit the forms project. Nope, it's not. We're using older versions. We're using the latest version of Sextant, which should be fine. We're using the latest version of Dynamic Data, which is good. I don't know if we're using the latest version of Pharmacist, but that shouldn't matter. Do we have an asterisk? We don't have an asterisk on. So I could move this to. Do I want to do this right now? Upgrading NuGet packages live is always so much fun because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so if we do 13 dot, I think I want 13. Let's just take 13 to 18. That's the one I think I want for today because I think that's the one that's going to keep me in line with my Xamarin Forms 4.8 version. Pancake View could potentially be Splat. I think has a newer version, so we need Splat 11 dot. Yeah, alright, so that means we're taking the latest Sextant Xamarin Forms. I don't think we need this anymore, which should cause something to break. And I think I want my latest version of Airframe too, because I've made some changes. Okay, so we've upgraded some dependencies, which I'm pretty sure needed to happen anyway. Yep, now I should have some errors. Maybe all these errors here are just valid. No, these are not valid. This is all Pharmacist. Pharmacist doesn't like me, I swear. We don't need that, actually. We shouldn't need that. The navigation route itself should be... so one of the things that I always talk about with and why I like Xamarin Forms navigation being a stack is that it's a simple-ish data structure. In that it's basically a list with specific semantics that allow you to access the list, which gives a lot of value to somebody that's just trying to push something onto a stack, right? So like anytime you are trying to get something onto the visual tree, you're pushing something onto a stack. Let me go back to just live coding real quick. And let me see if we can find the problem. So this thing has red, but that shouldn't matter because we passed that point. We were going to the list view. We were going to the... No, that wasn't the view that we were going to. I'm assuming that these are editor config issues because they're not actually stopping. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're not actually stopping me. So these are just coming up as errors, but they're not actually running as errors. This view, showroom, search. There should be a collection view, right? Like there's list view, collection view, which is going to have a search, which, right, so why are the, oh, we're just going to clean up all the things today. Let's move it there, everything in the folder, and then we actually just going to move it back. Move folder, search does not introduce namespaces. I'm sure I got a whole bunch of broken XAML right now. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think we need to upgrade RG plugin pop-ups to... We don't explicitly have it installed, and I don't... Okay, so I think we need to do... Oh! Sextant. Instead of that, we need sextant dot... There we go, plugin pop-ups, not Xamarin Forms. That should get us where we need to be. And we're gonna, okay, yeah, we're just gonna upgrade everything to the latest bits of Sextant, and then we can move forward. Because until then, I'm gonna be chasing my tail with wondering whether or not my dependencies are correct. This should now all be happy, right? You should be happy now because you know what that is. Yep. You still haven't caught up to the party though. So what namespace? Oh, because it's looking for the wrong thing in the wrong namespace. Okay, so now all that so now I'm showing less red. Oh, we never did go back to look to see whether or not... Ooh, our build failed. What did Nuke tell us? The command that we ran, iPhone debug mock, blah blah junk and stuff, blah blah broken. That could get weird. But I've just got it as debug. Debug mock iPhone simulator. If I run this, then I'll probably get the same thing that the build is getting, right? Then I'll have to fix it. Let's hope. Let's get rid of redundant aliases in folder. Showroom search, search list. View, search. We don't need that. Oh, we're gonna clean up a whole bunch of stuff. This should be in showroom list view and put that as everything in the folder. Yeah, there we go. Now you're awake. Cool. But you're still red. Why do you still have red? List view dot search. It's just gonna be list view dot new item. Ooh, I remember writing this. Ooh, we should fix this. Oh, there's a new bit, right? Yeah, we might actually upgrade. Yeah, we just upgraded reactive UI. We may upgrade those bits too, because there's a way to do this now in the core framework. Colt, I want to say, did the honors of that change. New item. Okay, let's see what this thing is. That's that. And what is that? Want to be in list view in search. Ooh, I get it. Maybe I don't. There's a list view. Class list view dot new item. Okay, so let's do new item. The thing doesn't exist, huh? I'm just gonna lose my mind today. That's what's gonna happen. We're just not gonna, because we don't have that same. Maybe we do. Nope, we don't. Search item view model. Let's go with list view item view model. Okay, all that's less than horrific, but still this. Let's just do list view dot. I do not want to use conditional access. I should probably wire this up to dispose of that subscription right away. No, we can't really. Ooh, we'll fix that. We'll fix all the things today. Yeah, it's springtime, so let's do some spring cleaning, yeah. All the fun stuff. I drink service. Like, I'm about to run inspect code here in a minute and see how many warnings I have. I'm going to do this in the project. Get rid of all your excess using statements. Clean up the code. Clean up the code. Pop-up navigation. So all that stuff should still work because it was working before. Let's all go to the kitchen. This is where I feel like I need streaming music so that there's like background noise. But every time I look at the streaming services, music's just like it's okay, but it's like I don't care about the copyright music. Like I want to just bump some Jay-Z while I'm writing code. Why don't we get any? We don't get any exception, huh? But we do have a default we are registering an exception handler. Pretty sure. So it's not something we are. It's not something our global exception handler is picking up. That's, I guess, good. Let's see. Let's verify throw value. Run the thing. Do the stuff. I'm not really going to chase that down too hard. I just want to see, like, is it something that I said? Is it something simple? It might be the way I'm wiring up that interaction. I don't really know. Every time I run, like, oh, it's a hack. That's probably what it is. That's not happening when I go to the... It's happening when I go to the coffee detail page, but all of this should have bindings detail.name. Oh, this might be a little wonky. Man, I overthink stuff sometimes. We're gonna see what happens. We're going to debug the thing. Move the debugger down a little bit. Let's click buttons. Detail navigation. So I can search on this page, right? I can say, I don't know what I can search by, but let's just say Arabica. Who would know? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Everything's Arabica. So let's. Oh, I think I can do. I have no idea what that search does. It's been so long since I've looked at this code. All this code is legacy to me at this point. Okay, so this is to property. So it's got the coffee ID, so it's going to do something with the coffee ID. Nope, it never hits that, so. Debugging code that I broke. Yeah, but like not spitting out anything in the debug output, like nothing in the console. Nothing in the output that says, hey, you're an idiot. Alright. If this is doing what I think it's doing, I'm going to rewrite this. Yeah, I'm going to rewrite this right now. Okay, this is stupid. Why did I do it this? You know, when you go back and you look at, like, why did I do that way? I don't care about any of that. Yeah. Instead of invoking a command, I really just want to do a, okay, so I want to do, yeah, yep. I want to do dot select ID from underscore coffee service dot read ID. Yep, you're gonna complain. This is where I wish expressions understood previous expressions, because like we've asserted that it's not null, but it's still, the thing still wants to tell me that it's null because the expression doesn't know any better. But so read dot, what does this actually give us back? This gives us back an I observable of the thing, right? So we can take the observable of the thing. Wow, clicking buttons. Rodney is good at that. View model subscriptions. Okay. My to property is complaining because oh, it's a type resolution issue all along. Who knew? Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. This probably needs to be a select many. That'll give me an individual DTO. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, there we go. That makes sense. So then I don't need any of this. I feel like this command is just causing more problems than it's fixing. I also think that now, based on the way that my new stuff is set up, I should be able to just do like navigating. Ooh. Ooh, are we good at this? Let's go find out. Nope. We didn't bring that in, did we? Oh, I remember why. Because I was explicitly trying not to bring in some of my own packages that I create for this, but now I'm kind of like, I created those packages for a reason. And I kind of want to use them. This, I've realized, is a bad thing to do. Uh-oh. Sorry. I have such great friends in the community. I really am grateful and otherwise blessed. I'll tell you that much. Because like for somebody else to take 20 minutes out of their afternoon to load up a project of mine to see if it works the same on their environment as it does on mine, to make sure that I'm not the stupid one and didn't do something stupid because I have a Mac. It's very helpful. Otherwise, I'd be forced to use Windows. I don't dislike Windows. I just have always been more of a Unix person, I think. And I like I've always liked Mac OS. iOS, on the other hand, sometimes it pisses me off. But it's a mobile platform. I think all mobile platforms have a fundamental flaw. They're working on a transient device, or maybe not transient. Maybe it's scoped. I guess. Scope transient because it could lose its power at any given point, and then lose everything. Oh, Fam Dave, welcome to the party. It's not too late over there for you, is it? It's probably like around, I'd say, 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. Should be around 9:30 there for you, which is good. I think I'm just gonna drop this whole thing, and I'm gonna bring in my stuff because it's all my stuff, right? I can do what I want. Oh, I'm such a kid. So let's bring in view models. I think that's the right package. NuGet will yell at me soon enough if I am wrong. I should immediately get a conflict with this view model based namespace. So let's take this and do that and see if everything still resolves. Yes. Haha. Now if I do navigating. So did I not make that part of the, or is that one of the, did I create I did. I created a navigation view model base. There we go. Navigating to. Now I can just do this. Navigating to dot select x dot contains. I'm about to do some ballerific stuff. Key. Oh, is that? No, don't do that. Collection contains. No, we don't want a collection contains. We want a dot contains key. That'll work. ID. So no, we'll do a where clause. Contains ID. Select XX, and we'll get it out by the ID, and we'll cast it as a GUID because we know it's a GUID. Is it GUID empty though? I don't think it's an empty GUID. I don't think it can be an empty GUID. I think it's a regular GUID. Okay. Oh, we're about to reduce the need for an allocation. I'm about to be super happy. Yes, this is RX. Reducing the need for allocating memory spaces. Just push stuff down pipelines. Stream all the things. Okay, so we've now got the GUID. So we've casted it, and we can assert that it's not null. So then we can then remove all of this, and then just do a dot select many using the GUID where the coffee ID isn't equal to null, and then we'll get rid of that with the garbage. So I'm gonna be honest, I stole that from an associate coworker. I don't know what the right word is, but a friend of mine used a very interesting word for this, and I was like, you know what are we really trying to do? We're just trying to garbage collect stuff, so let's just dispose with the garbage. Makes it easier to reason with. Like, I used to use all sorts of fancy words to try and describe, very complex things. And at the end of the day, you're just trying to garbage collect something. So, dispose with the garbage. Microsoft did one good mobile OS. So it's so funny, right? Do I want to become famous? I don't think I do. Microsoft did one good mobile OS. Yeah. So it's funny. I remember Windows 8. And I remember thinking Windows 8 really was ahead of its time. It was trying to do something that nobody else had done. And I really, really respected Microsoft for doing it. Not only did they do it, I honestly think they did a good job on the mobile side. I think that form-fitting that mobile operating system to desktop was where they fell short. But I have never seen anyone else try that, and I think that they were pioneers in that space, because if they had landed it, think about what that would have done. That would have been like, okay, Android is a standalone platform, right? iOS is not a standalone platform, but it is, right? Because like it's not tied directly to Mac OS. So it would have forced Apple down the path that it's just now getting to, where it's making iOS and Mac more simpatico for developers to be able to do stuff on a more in a more consistent way. So I feel like if Windows had landed that correctly, they would have revolutionized the game, and we would have seen that shift probably about a good 10 years earlier. But, Microsoft does a lot of really interesting things before and ahead of its time. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Haha, we get rid of that. GUID. We don't need that. Oh man, man, we just got rid of all the things. We might need it to have a default value, but like, yeah, that's way cleaner in my opinion. I don't even think we need this. Why don't we just take the dependency? Boom. Oh, get rid of the allocations. Let's do this then. We'll do. Hold on. Can we get it to throw an exception? Why do we need to introduce it? Oh, derp. Oh, it just wants me to convert it to a method group, which I can easily do. So, what did we just get rid of? I feel like we just got rid of the need for pretty much everything on here. Oh, except for the detail. Right, the detail we need, but that should be read-only. No, that should just be read-only. Oh, to property out. Detail. There we go. Now detail is actually being set. So we just cleaned up like, oh man, I want to see the get diff on that file. No, that's not right. I want to see, is it not get diff? I want to see status. Well, status won't give it to me. No, just give me that. So I'll do get diff. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, we got rid of that. I don't care about that. Oh, I have to get it, the exact file. I'm not going through all of this today. Quit that. But I'm pretty sure we just reduced this whole thing by like 20 plus lines of code, which is just like, oof. I loves it. This now probably needs to be rocket surgeons. Yeah, let's do that in the project. That should fix all of them, right? Go Gadget Rider. Rider did the thing. Rider did the thing. Yeah. Wah, 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 wah. So it should run. Let's just go see if we fix the problem. And then we'll get into the reason why we're here. Which is like a intro to one of my like hip hop songs that I love. Guys singing the reason why we're here. Execute initialize data. Does my navigation? Oh, wait. Okay, I think I called it something else. Override. Well, obviously, navigable view model base. Now it should have an override for something like, because this should be initializable, right? Override, execute initialize. There we go. So that's what we're going to do here. We are just, no, we're doing that. We are now officially returning observables because we don't care. Observe all the things. That's going to be the, let's do this. Let's do let's copy that out. Let's go file, find, replace in all files. View model garbage. Garbage. I turn my door knob. Heart throbs never blacken. That can't be right. That can't be right. Oh, but it is. Replace all. YOLO. Carpe diem. Do the thing. Make the magic. Make the music with your mouth, biz. Remove unused directives in folder. Project. Yep. He gives it to me in flipping 24-hour time. All right. Where are we? Did it work? Did it work? Did it do the thing? Did it do the stuff? Oh no, it's just gonna be initialize. Initialize command? Womp womp. All right, off we go. We are just cleaning up all the code. Like, I didn't expect this to be a cleanup day, but I guess that's kind of how this is going to be, so I apologize. We're just going to clean up all the things. Navigable view model base, which will give it an initialize. Hold on. Hey.
I'm leaving. I'll see you later.
Apologies. My wife just kind of walked in and was just going to interrupt everything. She's leaving, and I will see her later. That is what I have been told. This is going to change to override, execute, initialize. This is going to be underscore coffee service dot read dot select unit dot default. That's another thing that I need to go do. I may go do that today. Really piss off the world. Question is, how upset do we care about people being at us for being who and what we are? Like, I've got a lot of talents and I've got a lot of things that I'm not good at, and I know where those things are, and I'm very honest with myself these days, because there's no point in lying to myself about what I'm good at. So, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's gonna have to also be .select. You know what? It's funny. This is how you write too much code, and you have too many friends in open source. I had a friend of mine in open source show me a picture of my GitHub graph for this year. Well, really since my birthday, I guess. And he was like, "Rodney, there's huge gaps in your GitHub graph. Are you okay?" And I'm like, I guess I'm okay. I wasn't okay, but it's okay. That's life. They can't all be winners. Execute load. Load is fine. Okay. This would be initialize. That means the view model. So let's do this. Pretty much every. Project, get rid of all those things. I'm trying to reduce all the code today. Read dot select. So yeah, just being honest with yourself about stuff like that is valuable. I didn't appreciate how that could cause me problems. Where T view model T, and this has to be navigable view model base. That works. Okay, we get. Oh wow, so simple. Let's do this. Why didn't we think about this before? Copy, Control Shift H. Maybe that's. I am not good at Mac key binding commands. Like I love Mac, but I'm not, like, some of the commands elude me because I think I have it and I think I know what the up arrow is and I think I know what the command is, and then I go to use it and it doesn't work, and I'm like, it's gotta be me. That's Shift, right? It's Shift Option H. Let's do this again because I have to prove that I know what I'm doing. Shift Option H. Okay, I'm crazy. And the key command doesn't seem to work properly, so it's got to be a me thing. I must be the problem there. Nope, not what we wanted to do. Paste, we'll call this, I want to say it's navigable. Replace. Collection options view model. Replace. Okay. Now everything should be green. There's probably only one place that I want to go back and make that change. That was that content page base, which I don't think that needs to be. I don't think that's true. I think this is sufficient. It has to inherit from that. Oh man, look. You should tell that directly to the writer folks on the Twitter box, because I tell them all the time, like, man, I have a team right now that I've converted that team to using Rider, and a lot of people are really loving Rider too. Rider is great. Let me get you the link, Fam Dave, so you can follow along. I want to say I'm doing showroom stuff today. Pretty sure I'm doing showroom stuff today. Showroom. Oh, there's my wife. She's leaving. There you go. That's the repository that I'm looking at right now. Feel free to fork it and break this stuff. I actually don't want. Yeah, I'm just gonna break everything today and then just push it and see if the build actually passes. And I'm not gonna coffee namespace adjust in folder. Yay! Wait, there we go. Folder coffee does not introduce namespace, and now I should go to the cell view model and fix the namespacing in the folder. Why are you giving me green squigglies here? Okay, so those squigglies are gone. You still got this one. Oh, do I have that on the base for free? Oh, it's specific. It's explicitly virtual. That's weird. Why would I do that? Why the hell would I do that? Who does that? We're gonna change that right now. Right now. Told you, like, I'm in like a spring cleaning mode, so I'm just gonna break everything. Create field. There we go. Then I don't need this at all. And no inheritor of it needs it, so that's good. So let's go look at the inheritors, which are going to be 9. So the cell view model no longer needs to worry about ID. Oh, that is interesting. Let's go back and let's go look at this. What are you saying? Why are you green? Yeah, sure. Protected set. We're good with that. ID. So here we're doing it and we don't need to. That's on. Oh wait, that's on the drink. Does that inherit from the item? Oh, it does. It inherits from the item base. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. No, not the extra white space. Anything but the extra white space. Right. There we go. So, no. Everything's good. Oh, this is still broken. We need to change everything that says protected async override from that to... I wish that... Yeah. I am not using Fody in this project. I may actually bring Fody in today, but I was not using Fody in this project. For reasons, primarily because I like to... I like to show the property change bits so that people don't forget about them, because I can't tell you the number of times personally I've been debugging something and been like, why is this thing not firing? Why am I not getting a notification? And I'm like, oh, well, it doesn't have property change. And yes, while that's a great thing, the inherent problem with that is forgetting to add the FODI prefix or the FODI attribute, in my opinion, is easier on the eyes than it is for you to miss adding the get and set. So if you're looking at it and saying, oh, well, it's not, updating, it would be harder to find that in the FODI bits, or with the FODI bits. That said, I do like FODI and what it brings to the table. It makes a lot of things a lot easier for me. Override, this needs to be observable of unit. Of course, that's the last one. Womp womp. Oh, we should have gotten rid of the task. We are so smart. Dot select. This X actually needs to be, we can, oh really? Let's make that an underscore, because we don't use it, so. Yeah, that's the navigation execution. I actually really like that approach way better than the method. And I'll get back to that in a second and explain that. We need to get rid of that because that's a bad idea. And we stated that that's a bad idea, so that might be part of our bad ideas. Coffee list view model is it? Ooh. XML namespacing is flipping worst. I guarantee you I have like a whole bunch of list view ones in here. List view one. I don't. That's great. I do now, sucker. I'm so good at this. Alright, so we still have red. Why are you red? You're red because you are setting the ID, and the ID is a protected set. So then why do we do that? Because we still hadn't... We listened to you too soon, ReSharper, too soon. Okay, so that should all be gravy now. ID, we don't need that. Or wait. Something's being used. We'll come back to it. That is what we're returning, right? Yeah, we're returning that subscriptions. That's fine. Paging on next. So I only see one more bit of all the rest of the red's in the target. So let's just go ahead and build it and see what the heck happens. I may go grab another cup of coffee because coffee is great. Is that recent? Like, when did that happen and what version? And I also saw that you put a question on the RX bit. I can look at that with you maybe this week and see what you got. And maybe we can do a live stream on the concept so that everybody else can benefit from the answer to the question. Like, you got to remember, Dave, Fam Dave, I love being able to do that. Yeah, I know you're just getting back to mobile. That's the whole point. Like, let's talk about the things and figure out how they work, and that should be good. Alright, so I still am not having a clean build. Coffee doesn't exist in the project. This says it doesn't exist, but... Oh. Is that here? Everything seems good. Okay, let's do a clean. Let's clean the solution. Because maybe that's designer CS nonsense that's going on. Let's build the solution from scratch. Okay. I mean, yeah, I can live stream specifically that next week. I mean, if you want to join me, you can join me. So, you know what I need to do? I need to just... Yeah. So you know that sandbox that I have. I feel like you can ask that question. I need to create a repository either specifically for these types of things or what have you, where people can just open up issues and be, well, and I guess maybe that's what reactive UI is for, right? So maybe we should just take the ones off of reactive UI and do that, right, when people have questions. Initialize data is not accessible because that command no exist no more. All right, now if I run this, but yeah, like real world questions, and it's funny because like I've been working on a project recently where I've been doing a lot of RX, like so I have moved into not only RX as a maintainer but like RX as a consumer, like heavy consumption, and not just in like small projects, right? Like in big real world examples, and I am finding that RX scales amazingly well. So I would love to find out. Well, you know, you and I have done this before, where you give me real world questions and we solve it. I mean, that whole image upload bit was bananas. I still look at that. I still bring up that code as one of the most complex RX pipelines I think I've ever written, and I didn't write it all by myself. That was all. That was all Driscoll answering my dumb. I was like, how do you do that? Like, I know how to do this part. And he was like, oh, well, you got to use materialize. I'm like, bleh. Haha, we fixed it. Yay. I win. Okay. Let's look for stuff. Thing. What are we searching on? I have no idea what you can search for here. Hello? I think that might be broken, but we'll get back to that. Okay, and the infinite scroll, if we load it. Yeah, that worked. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't do the thing. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's going to hit that breakpoint every single time. So let's kill the breakpoint. Because I've got another rider window up, so it, like, yeah, it gets weird. Cool. Okay, so that's it. That's loading new stuff in a collection view. Or is that's in a list? That's list view. I think it works in collection view too, but we got detail navigation, so let's not do that. Or that. Hey, how about you don't break everywhere? Hey, Rodney, how about you delete all your breakpoints? I think I will. Okay, and then you can, I think you can remove these. Oh, I think the intent was to be able to add and remove. I think I allow you to add. Ooh, nope, that's broken. That's good. It's good that that's broken. That's broken. That's fine. Yeah, oof. We are not doing good here. Okay. So now that we've got the majority of the brass, wow. Specified cast not valid. We just blew up. Template ID. Where's my code? It was my code that broke it. Yeah, but where? It didn't give me anything in my code. This is all in Xamarin code. Xamarin, give me an inkling of what I didn't cast correctly. It's not, so whatever. It's, yeah, that materialized was bananas. Yeah, so it's that wizardry. So I'm trying to earn my RX wizard hat. Like that's I'm trying to prove that I'm a real RX wizard. So I'm striving every day to improve my RX knowledge so that I can be a full-fledged RX wizard. So it's funny that you bring up that collection view and performance, right? Because collection view was created to make the performance of list view be like, oh, collection view is so much better, but I've had really bad experiences with collection view where it's just like, and list view just handles this like a champ. So I don't know. I don't know how that works or what that looks like. I think I'm gonna take like I'm gonna take like 2 minutes to go grab another cup of coffee, and then we're gonna jump into. Yeah, I think after that I'm gonna jump into the business of the day. So let me close all but the pin stuff. I think I want to unpin that and that. And I think the meat and potatoes of where we're going to be today, that's not there. It's not going to be there. I think we're going to be in like the app XAML. Composition root. Cool. So we'll be doing, I think, the majority of our junk here. And then I'm going to have to break my brain on how to make one thing look like the other. But while we're at it, we've got a feature branch, and we'll do get feature. Oh, wait. Git doesn't know about that. Git commit. Dash M feature. Interface and master detail. Right. There we go. Oh, there's one change we didn't want that to get in there. We'll go yank that out in a second. I changed 84 files. Hell yeah. It'd have been that one file that we... Oh. I didn't change anything important. Whatever. All right, I'm going to click buttons over here and go grab a cup of coffee, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. Coffee is like the lifeblood of all the developer things. So, what are we going to do? Move more towards pure DI. I think that's actually the opposite of what we want to do. But, let's figure this out. Okay, so we have the locator. So we're registering everything with the locator. That's all fine and dandy. And we've got registrations for those. I think I actually need to fix that this weekend. Okay. I got a question for you, Fam Dave. You can actually help me shape the API surface of this library, yeah? Sextant has this concept of registering the view and the view model, right? And you've probably used Prism before, and they have that register for navigation. And while I want to create a similar method, right? That says register the view and the corresponding view model all in one hit. In Prism, you do page navigation, so it goes and looks it up by the page. But in Sextant, it's a view model navigation, so we actually go look up the view model and then go get the corresponding page from the container. So I want instead of having to register the view here and then the view model here, I want like a register I view for. I think I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna call it register view for navigation. I think is what I'm gonna end up calling it. So it's gonna be something like dependency resolver dot register view for navigation. And the reason why I want to use view for is because that coincides with reactive UI's understanding of what a view is at its root, and I'm gonna point that out now. Or maybe I'm not. I tried so hard. I could have been a contender. So reactive content page under the hood is an iView 4 T-View model. So I kind of want to play off of that thing, and I don't want to bite directly off of Prism, even though it's the same damn method doing the same damn thing. So yes, so it's funny, right? So this gets into the question of like logging frameworks. Let's take a step back and talk about like logging frameworks. Logging frameworks, should they all have the same API surface, right? Like, do you really want them to be different? In this space, maybe, coming from Prism to Reactive UI and using both of them in tangent, maybe that makes it easier, right? Maybe that bridges the gap that they both have the same API surface names. Who knows? But at the same time, I don't like to just bite off of people's stuff. So like, even though it's got a same it's got a same thing. I try and find a synonym that does the same thing, so it doesn't feel like I'm just taking. But at the end of the day, it's not doing the exact same thing. It's not, but it's achieving the same goal for the framework. So who knows? I don't need Prism for this. Like, so I guess that's the point. Like, this whole thing is all reactive UI. I've got a Prism sample. As a matter of fact, I'm actually probably gonna work on that Prism sample here soon in the next couple of weeks, because I've got an idea for a talk that I want to do based on that Prism sample. I submitted a talk last year, the end of last year, I don't remember, about reactive UI and Prism, a match made for mobile. And I truly believe that if you want to use, like, Prism's navigation is probably the best navigation navigation experience you're gonna get. And I say that being a maintainer of reactive UI, our navigation story is not great. I am improving it where I can, but it's a separate package currently. So like, and I still don't support all the frameworks that we support. So I still don't support Android, WPF, UWP. Blazor is in progress. Somebody submitted a pull request last year. I accepted it, but I've got to clean up some of the stuff to make it work a little bit differently. But overall, yeah, Prism's navigation story is really nice. So I'm thinking something like this, Fam Dave, where I just do this, and then it will register the view and the view model all in one hit. And then you don't have to do register view and register view model. I think, and it's funny, like, I actually have a branch. I was working on it. I was playing with it last night. Now that I actually have a name for it, you know what? Because you guys can't see it anyway, I'm going to open up another Rider instance, and I'm going to paste that name right there on that branch that I was working on so that I don't have to remember it later. Ha ha. Just make my day easier. Register, I was going to call it register view 4, but I think I want to explicitly call out that it's for navigation. So, that's fine. All things normal. See, that's an example of somebody from the community helping shape the API surface. How does reactive UI message bus compare? So, it's funny. There are people out there that actually don't like me because I don't like message buses. Let me be candid. It's not that I don't like message buses. It's that I feel like when you're using RX, you have less of a need for a true message bus. Because what you're basically trying to do with a message bus is create a weak reference, more or less. But Reactive UI has a message bus implementation. I just don't talk about it much, or I won't say I don't support it, but I don't like advocate for it. I'm not like, oh, go use the message bus pattern because it's great. I saw a Xamarin sample, like early days of Xamarin when I first started, like 2.3 time frame. There was an example application that was built all using the Xamarin message bus. And while it was cool, anyone that uses a message bus knows that messages eventually start like disappearing. So how does it compare? I don't know because I've never used Prism's event aggregator. I don't see a need for it. I have RX. I don't know why I would have to decouple something in the manner that requires the event aggregator. So maybe if you give me an example of why, or like a concrete example of the use of the event aggregator, I can convert it to observables and explain like why I would do it this way over that way, or and maybe I might find out that, oh well, the message buzz is a better pattern here, but I at least I like to I like to challenge. So, where are we? So, what I want to do. I've got some code on the other screen that you can't see. You know what? I am just so smart some days. App settings, service collections, configure. Oh, that's the startup. Dun dun. I need my startup. There we go. So what did I do here? All right, so I registered a navigation container, which I already have a navigation route here, which is fine. I think the main difference is that I created these two things. Yep, that's exactly what I did. So I added, this is going to get weird, but it's cool. Yes, the route navigation view model. Registers. These are technically still views. So I'm going to do a Needlebird dependency resolver dot register view of iDetail. Oh. Xamarin Forms iMaster Detail page controller. Ooh, RX iMaster Detail page controller events. I like that. Let's go over here and see what we did. Oh yeah, I see exactly what I did. Here we go. Rodney is so smart. All right. So what I'm going to do, more than less, and change it to where I have actually a container resolved thing. In the navigation, I'm going to add a folder called, do I even care? I don't think I care. I'm just going to add the class. Boom. Let's do the thing. We're just going to call this detail view. And it's going to look something like this. And we will resolve it. We'll resolve an interface. And that interface is going to extend from iView. Cool. So now we've got our iDetail. So this is, okay, so then I'll explain how this all works in a minute once I get all the code over. And I'll dump it all in this one particular file so we can look at it all together. And then I'm going to do this. Dump the thing. And then I'm going to look for the inheritor of that. And I'm going to grab that. There we go. Cool. Yay, everyone's happy. Oh, I know why that page didn't work, because I don't have a pop-up service. Okay, so what I'm doing here is this. I have been really digging into some of the design principles, and one of the things that I'm realizing is that I have not been getting enough lift out of interface segregation. And someone asked, Rodney, how would you do master detail in Sextant? And first I was like, oh, well, I don't know, and I don't think about it, I hadn't thought about it because I hadn't had to solve the problem yet. Generally I don't think about the problems until I have to solve them. But I'm glad I waited, because when I figured out the solution to this, or a solution, not the solution, but a solution to this problem, what I realized is this. My navigation route. Yeah, here we go. My navigation route needs a navigation view. Right, and if you'll notice, this app isn't actually setting Sextant as the root page, which is what I would want, right? So one of the things that I always say, and I probably need to, it's another to do, is to bring all of that internal to the Sextant startup. But one of the things that that we talk about with Sextant, or any navigation service, is once the navigation service is being used, it is the thing that does the navigating. You'll notice here that I am setting a root page, which is a actual master detail page. And and then I am setting the detail based upon this locator. So I'm not actually really using Sextant to its full potential, right? Because I'm actually not navigating to this root page and then letting the root page determine where it needs to navigate to. So I'm kind of cheating. So in the spirit of not being a horrible cheat and finding a amicable solution, because like what this doesn't solve, or what this doesn't solve for, is like, let's say you want to show a login page before you get to your master detail, or you want to show some other pages before you get to your actual master detail page. Maybe you got like a login page and a sync page and some splash page and whatever. This doesn't solve for that. So I wanted to find a way that would solve for that, because I actually started writing an app that was using master detail and was like, oh, well, how would I do this? And again, playing around with interface segregation, I came to the conclusion that that is probably the best approach for me to do. That said, I'm looking at, okay, the navigation container. Cool, so that said, I'm going to copy out some more of the codes. I need to go back to the composition root, and I need to register the I detail navigation, which is our navigation service. So what we're kind of doing is and this is going to be a transient, so detail navigation. Yeah, we don't actually want to do it this way. This is a service, so we're going to actually get rid of that and move that into services. Here we go. So this is going to be just a register, so that way it'll be transient. I'll say the splat register there should be your typed register function. Is there not a typed register function? Okay, there isn't a typed register function. So I thought there was, so I would do detail navigation. Yeah, and then this thing needs to take in a factory, right? Pretty sure. He thinks he knows what he talks about. Yeah, I can also just, ooh, I don't want to register constant. I want to register it as a transient. Yeah, let's do it. All right, and then this is just going to be a factory where we do new detail navigation, where we would pass in And I don't think the mutable dependency resolver gives me access to the actual registrations. It does not. Okay, this is a flawed design. Then I need to fix that, because this doesn't give me the ability to do what I want. This is the dependency resolver. I can cast it as the dependency resolver, but I want this to be the dependency resolver too, I think. Because I'm going to need access to it in order to be able to register services. So let's go do that. We own it. We can change it. So services, and we'll do services. Oh. Well, it's a factory, so it should be fine. Get locator. That will change this to a I dependency resolver, and now we can change this to just a dependency resolver. And here we can do dependency resolver. What does this thing need? It needs the detail view. It needs all of those things, huh? So let's actually do this. Oh, it doesn't give me the ability. There we go. Like extract it. Extract the method. Create detail navigation. That's fine. So this is just so that we can figure out what we need to pass in. So we need split and move right. Will this still work with? Yeah, yeah. This should this yeah yeah. This works with RG plugin pop-ups now. I wrote the thing. See, this is a pop-up view stack service base. This works with RG plugin pop-ups. It has full fidelity into that library to be able to do all that in the Xamarin Space. Um, we got that done last year. This time, I did, or no, maybe not this time last year, but not too long ago last year, I did something very. I did a talk on an app that I built, and I wrote the pop-up uh, RG plugin pop-ups for Sextant at that point because I realized that I needed it. Paste, and then I need the view model factory. So let's. All right, great. Hey, everyone, I'm popular. View locator, and then the view model factory. All right, here we go. So now I can pass in the view, the pop-up navigation, the view locator, and the view model factory. There we go. So now we can return a new detail navigation from that bit. Okay, so that'll create a new detail navigation. I think we just need to add a single instance of the iDetail view, and I think we're good to go. Maybe I need to look at how I register. How do I register navigation? Oh, register navigation view. Let's see. Are we smart enough to do it that? Were we smart enough to think through that? Yeah, let's see if it works. Let's find out. Let's consume our own dog food. Register platform. Register navigation view of type iDetail view. And then we're going to go ahead and say create a new detail view. Oh, that might just work. Okay, so now if Rodney thinks he knows what he's doing, container view model usages in the navigation container. Okay, so all this is going to happen in the navigation container, which happens to be, this is the navigation route, right? This is the actual thing that is inheriting from reactive master detail page, which it should be. Let's go find this and yep, it's inheriting from reactive master detail page, so we can expect this to be the bit. We want to do what? We want to take in Ooh, do we want our navigation container to do the actual navigation, or do we want to try and delegate that through the MVV? You know what? Because I'm gonna have to take in an iView, I'm gonna have to take in a page anyway. I'm gonna cheat today, and I'll come back and be a better MVVM developer tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. Because I just don't know if it makes sense to go through the whole MVVM rigmarole when I'm navigating from the main thread. I'm already on the navigation route. I don't really need a view model for this navigation. Am I really gonna waste my time being an MVVM purist here, or am I just gonna accept the facts? So let's just go ahead and do the thing, right, and see what we get. Wait, this is inheriting from a reactive master detail page? Oh, you are smart, aren't you? That's why. I registered the navigation container, which is the same thing I'm doing here. The difference is I'm defining that page. So this needs to go on the think the detail page. Now that I think about it, go to the detail view. Is there? Were we smart enough to think through that menu? No, the detail view is just a .cs view, so I don't think we care. I see what I did. Smart. Really smart. Okay, let's just keep going down the path and see where it all falls over. So here we need to set the master and the detail page, right? So the detail page is currently getting set to that, but instead what I want to do is I want to set the detail page to that dot view. And we want to cast. I don't want to cast it to a page. I want to cast this to a navigation. Detail navigation. Detail view. I'm gonna really you're just gonna do that to me? So cute. There we go. And then I want the master page to be whatever that's what I was doing here. So I need to take whatever's on this navigation route, which this is where I'm setting the master page. Or do I? Let's not even bother. Let's just see what this does. Let's see what happens, right? But I know we're going to need to navigate on this thing first. Maybe. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. So let's find out, shall we? So here I'm doing service provider subscribe, and then I'm setting the main page to the service provider.iview. Yeah, that's exactly how this is going to go. So here, no longer am I going to bother with that. I'm going to say composition root. I don't even know if I'm going to do this. I think what I want to do is I want to do this dot composition dot. Well, I guess I do need to do this start page, right? So I'm going to set that start page equal to the navigation route view model, which is what's going to get pushed. What does the composition route actually give me back? Does it not? Oh, it does set the page. It will set the page for me. This I'm going to change to I pop up view stack service. And then I should be able to do composition dot. This is set to composition dot start page here. And I have one last bit of red. Must have a public parameterless constructor in order to use it as tview in generic immutable. Boo. Boo. I have another one, right? Yeah, I have another one where it takes in a function. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is instead of using that one, we'll do... I guess this will have to get the thing too. We'll just do new navigation route. The usage. So it's funny how I end up needing this everywhere. Views can now be dependency resolver. And now I can do... I'm just changing all the code today. This is not what I expected to get into, but I guess it's spring cleaning and we need to get back to this because guess what's coming down the pipeline, folks? You guessed it, Maui is coming, and I want to be prepared because people are going to upgrade to Maui and be like, oh, reactive UI doesn't work. And I'm like, ugh, I should have been prepared for this. So I'm prepared now. Navigation root dependency service, get service. I think it needs the detail navigation in order to work correctly. And that's it. No more reds. Only reds is in the targets. F5, see what happens. Worst case, the whole thing blows up. I want to say it's November, but it's coming. I mean, there's already pre-release. Line 53. Platform registrar, blah, blah, stuff. Something I broke. It's definitely my code. What did I break? Stop. 53. Locator. .current. .get service. Brr. Did we not explicitly? Let's do this real quick. Find. No, I'll do Control Shift Find. I pop up view stack service. Add singleton. Did I not register this stupid thing? Let's do parameters. Okay, so I didn't register it because I'm smart. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. I added the detail navigation, but I didn't do like a dependency resolver dot register lazy singleton of pop-up view stack service. And then we should just give it a thing called the pop-up view stack service, which would need to take in all the same silly stuff. So now, nope. We want to navigate to it first. This thing will return T navigation service. This will be T navigation service, where T navigation service is of type I. Pop-up view stack service. Will that work? No, it won't. Oh, it would have to be of the concretion. No, I can't do this at all. What am I doing? Generics are hard. I don't want to think about them right now. I basically just need to duplicate this stupid method for the moment. I'm going to do this for the moment. Create pop-up navigation. This will just be an iView pop-up navigation. This will be a pop-up view stack service. Pop-up view stack service. There we go. Can we do like throw new argument null exception? Oh my gosh, it works. I love that. No. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, we're done with that already. You key bindings can go jump in the lake. Alright, so now we just need to do the thing with the stuff, and now we can do that dependency resolver. Okay, cool. So now the thing should be registered, and we should be able to actually resolve it from the container. Don't break, don't break. Composition root 118 value cannot be null. So are we doing this too soon? Are we constructing the thing too soon? What I don't want to do is that. Okay. If I do this, because what I'm running into is a deferring of execution problems. Like, let's solve the problem, yeah. Solving the problem looks like it doesn't actually need to go get those until it's ready to resolve. So maybe that's what it is. We're getting to that resolution time. Who knows? Let's find out. Nope. Still broken. What did I break this time? View model factory is not. And off we go. I think that happens in the composition root. So it initializes sextant, initializes forms, but the initialize forms method doesn't register. Yeah, it does. It registers the default view model factory to the mutable container. What are you talking about? I'm explicitly initializing it. Okay, whatever. We will do it ourselves. We will just do the thing ourselves. La 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 la. Sextant I view model factory can parameter view, parameter name view, View stack service base. Okay. It's not liking the way I've got the composition, I'll tell you that much. I bet you I know what'll happen if I do the default view model factory. Bet you that's how it's set up. Ooh, I still have my Wi-Fi turned on. How about them apples? I actually took my Mac out of clamshell last night, sat in front of the TV, and wrote some code for like the first time in 2 years. Not the first time writing code. First time writing code away from my rig. Well, I call shenanigans because I know for a fact that I am registering it. I am registering it here. It does. Wait a minute. It's not breaking there. It's breaking on something else. So it's going to register the view model factory. So it does all of this against the I could just do this. Wow. Wowzers. So I can do that. That gets everything. But, okay, when I do the get locator... What am I doing in this method? Shouldn't matter though. Like I'm explicitly registering the default view model factory, and then I'm explicitly getting it out by the default view model factory. So, what, pray tell, do I not see? Okay, maybe we need to do the same thing over here. So I have a fundamental problem with the fact that it understands this thing. Like this isn't red, but these are red. Like why is that? How is this more secure than the other one? It's the same dependency resolver, right? It should give me the same set of squigglies. Oh wait, no. That's all wrong. This goes here. That goes there. We'll change that from that to that because we messed that one up big time. Uh-oh. The world is ending. That's insane. Okay, so let's give this a go. I may be gone by the time you get back, Fam Dave. I don't remember combing my beard. Okay. So it does the thing. Start page. not registering anything with that? Does it register with the... Yeah, it registers it for me with the navigation view. It takes what... Ooh, I see the problem. I see a problem. Okay, this method is faulty, so I'm taking like a lot of notes. This is good. This is good. This is why you like to exercise your own codes. You see the problems with it. So what I still don't see is the... So I registered the iView stack, but what I need to do here is not register for navigation view. Maybe this one does something different. It does not. I need to register this directly the way I know how. So I need to do dot register lazy singleton. This is going to be iView for... Is there a date? I don't think there's a detail view model, is there? Nope. Okay, perfect. So we're just going to register iDetail view. New detail view. Okay. That will get rid of that problem. Right. Now, do I need to put this? The other methods aren't fluent. In my opinion, that means that it should go here because it's a view, right? So dependency resolver dot register lazy singleton seems good enough to me, and then we'll put the there we go. Okay, so we registered the detail view. What didn't we do? Now we're registering the pop-up stack service. The pop-up navigation is going and getting any of that. But that's where we're getting the detail view is here, so that doesn't matter. Okay, cool. Short-sightedness. So because I don't usually wire things up with Splat, I sometimes don't pay attention to Splat's API service, so I created a whole bunch of methods like trying to make this easier to register against Splat, and then realized that I won't use them and that they aren't as valuable. So that gets back into, I need to go clean that code up. But this should all work, right? Because I registered a lazy singleton. I want to register this as a transient that will just... Okay, and then let's go to our... What is our base view model bit doing? This is why service location is bad, folks. You see what's going on here? So everywhere, this should be Shift, Option, H, right? I'm clicking the right buttons, and again, it's not doing the thing. So, okay, let's do find, replacing files. Everywhere where you see that, I would rather you be that. Right, so let's replace, 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 Replace. Yeah, buddy. Coffee list. Import missing reference. Navigation extensions. Oh, we didn't even use this. Isn't even being used. Why do we have this? We can delete that. This is unused code. Bye-bye. Gone. Great. Okay, this should now do stuff. So now we've officially migrated over to the pop-up view stack service. I need to just hurry up and get version 3 like ready to go and do the thing. Oh wait, that wasn't supposed to happen. Probably just shrunk it for everybody. The value view cannot be null. I go to start page. Okay, so let's pause here. Put a breakpoint here. Stop it and rerun it. Holy shnikes. Okay, so the locator bit, it dies there. Which means it probably dies trying to get the service. Where is this used? Start page. Oh. Why are we doing that twice? Who thought that was a good idea? View model. The root view model. Alright, so let's go look at this again. Oh, I know why. I know why. That should do it. That should fix the problem. Yeah, because it's like, oh, you're defining it with a string contract and you're not giving it the contract. Hey, maybe that's why it doesn't work. Okay, now we're getting a different error saying object reference less than an instance of an object. View stack service. Yeah, fix it. Come on. Oh, wait, cancel. Psh. In composition root 52. Push page tview model. String contract. View stack service base. Let's go pull up Sextant and look at that real quick and see what we don't see. Let's do it in a new window. What are we looking for? We are looking for view stack service base. It's funny. Feelings in my finger. 151. Yep, 151. So you guys can't see it, but I am looking at the Sextant code. Oh, the factory's null? All right, friends, let's go figure out why the factory is still null. Default view model factory. It's registering that there. Right? And it should be registering it as an iView model factory. So let's do this as an iView model factory. Right? You do the thing, we do the stuff, iView locator, all the things. Now let's see, is it still gonna complain? Come on. Okay, so now we should be able to, at the very minimum, be able to get the view stack service. It's doing the push page and it's blowing up. Hey. Navigation page must have a root page before being used. Either call push async with a val. Okay, so we've gotten past that part. We know exactly what that error is. Kent told us what that error was a long time ago. So I'm pushing to the iView stack service. Right? I'm getting explicitly the I. Locator.current dot get navigation view. So it's getting the correct navigation view, but it doesn't seem like it's pushing the page onto the I pop-up view stacks the way I want to. Yeah, that will register. Alright, that registers the default navigation view. So we're not doing that twice, are we? Copy, find, paste. That's once, okay. We're registering the default view model factory. I have a feeling I can get rid of that, so I'm just going to do it and see what happens. No. So then the question becomes, does Splat not know how to do my interface segregation magic the way... And we may end up swapping out the entire DI for this, right? Because, like, this is, in my opinion, important enough. Usages here. That's the I pop-up view stack service. I'm explicitly going and getting the that is registered as that. And then that is registered as that. I don't know if Splat is potentially picking up the wrong one. So let's go look. Let's find out. And if it is picking up the wrong one, we'll stop here. And if it's not picking up the wrong one, then we'll fix it, hopefully. And then I'll probably call it a day. I just want to see what type that is before we go any further, right? Like, what is that thing? Because if it's the detail navigation, that means that Splat is resolving my I pop-up view stack service as a different interface, which candidly defeats the purpose of using the interface segregation. The reason why I use the interface segregation is because I was using Microsoft dependency injection, and they don't allow you to provide a contract. Yeah, they don't allow you to provide a contract. That's navigation view. So because they don't allow you to provide a contract, I had to use interface segregation to do the registration magic and just created a marker interface and did some things. So this is the pop-up view stack service. All that should be good, right? My view My view should have navigation, and the navigation stack is empty. Okay. Now I have 5, and I go back to my pop-up service, and I go to my view, and I go to my navigation, implementation, and I go to my navigation stack, and I click the results, and I have a navigation route. Awesome sauce. So now this thing just needs to return correctly. Is this the master detail page issue that I ran into, where I explicitly needed 2 pages? Yep, this is in the master detail renderer, so that would make sense. Oh, I know what it is. Dun dun dun. I think I know what it is at least. Let's be smart. We didn't. Okay. It's this. It's assigning this, and we haven't done any navigation on the detail, right? So what we need to do is have the detail. Let's get rid of sextant. We have to have the detail navigate to something. Well, this is how that's going to happen. We're going to do detail navigation dot push page main view model dot subscribe dot dispose with underscore master detail bindings. Yeah, all right, great, whatever. And hopefully, if I am dry IOC. I'm a fan of dry IOC. I'm starting to use more Microsoft dependency injection because I've been using Shiny and because that's easier for me. But my 2 containers of choice are dry IOC and Microsoft dependency injection at this point. Look at that. Yeah, okay, I got an extra navigation bar, but look at that. The page resolves. Ooh, and we can navigate this stuff. Everything still works. Oh, no, it doesn't. That's broken. There's no back button there. There should be a back button there. I can fix that. I can fix that. Navigation route XAML. Let's go to this is the master detail page. So navigation page has back button is set to true. Did I have to set anything on the detail page here? Nope. Let's see how many times we use this. The main page needs to have that too. Okay, so that means that the main page needs to have this same bit flipped. Let's flip the bit, mash some more buttons, and see what we get to happen. See, if I don't use Shiny, I probably will use dry IOC, but if I'm using Shiny, then I'll use MS dependency injection. Only because, like, multiple cooks in the kitchen is something that just drives me crazy. So, what page is that? I feel like that's the menu page. having multiple containers is just kind of like one of those things I like to avoid. So then you would have splat, and then on top of splat you would have, so you'd have splat, and then you on top of splat you would have what's the thing I'm looking for? Oh yeah, you'd have splat, dry IOC, as well as Microsoft dependency injection all in one. It's just too much mental gymnastics in that for me. Let's just keep it simple, right? Like we're trying to do is have a container. Let's just make it simple. What's the page I'm looking for? I think I have to do it on this. Yeah. On this. Navigation true. Yeah, this is the master page. So this is my master page here. Menu page. Where's my menu page? Has back button true. Okay, so I need to put that there. Perfect. So now that I have done the thing and made the magic, oh, I clicked save, and no, that's not going to update. It's not going to update live. Again, we will mute the breakpoints, or we're going to actually just kill all our breakpoints because we are sufficiently happy that we've done the thing. Still not working 100%. What page is that? List options, XAML. So I feel like I have to put this has back button true on everything. And that's awkward. But I also have a feeling that Yep, I broke something. If I took screenshots back to back of what it was versus what it is, which I may do before I commit it to master, I don't think it looks apples to apples. I think I have extra space up here now. Yeah, I don't have a back button, and I should. That's the list page. So click stop. All right, let's go look at this, right? I have 3 places where that's set. It's set on the menu, it's set on the main page, and the menu and the main page, menu page, okay, that makes sense. And the main page is the first page that's getting put onto the detail view stack. So if I go look, oh, that's gonna be right there in my container jazz, isn't it? Or my navigation route. So this main view model has a main view that has a navigation bar set to true. So I don't see what the problem is. What is my navigation route page doing? It's adding no padding. I'll remove it. I'm really trying to think this one through. Pull the refreshes, enable false. That's fine. This should have a. I don't even think this needs to have a navigation back button, but whatever. Because this is the master page, right? So when I load the view model, the main view model, it will have a back button. It's the detail view. Oh, I know what's going on. I am smart. Let's go look. Menu view model. Okay. So wherever I am doing the list view options, this actually needs to resolve detail navigation. I think that should solve my problem. Yeah, but why I want to do proper DI so I don't have to do stuff like this and worry about all this service location nonsense. I'm not a fan of service location. I know that there are a lot of folks in the reactive community, Anna herself, and she has had conversation with me, and I don't disagree with any of her points. It's just a preference thing. I prefer to have a container. Still no. Okay, I must be doing something wrong, but we've gotten pretty far. So I'm going to take a break here. I may finish this off stream because I need to figure out what it is I don't understand. What needs to be injected into where. The menu, which is doing the navigation to the items, which is this. Underscore view stack service, which is the I. Detailed navigation at this point. So now the detailed navigation has it. It's pushing stuff to the stack from the list view. So all that makes sense. I shouldn't have too many more issues, in all honesty, setting this thing up. I don't see why I'm still having issue. Because I'm setting the detail view to whatever that view is, and whatever the thing that runs it is going to... Okay, yeah, this should work. So I don't understand why it's not working, so I'm going to look at this later and try and figure out why. Items, option, view model. Options, list options has back button true. The list view model options is now taking in the detail, which it should. Because like no longer are you just going to use the generic stack. You're going to have to use the specific detail stack in anything that comes off the master page, which seems weird. And where are we doing the... Okay, so here we are saying do the thing. Alright, yeah, now I'm going to make this suck less. I love when I find to-dos that I leave myself from years past. Alright, so details. Alright, we're going to fix one more thing, then we're going to call it quits. Maybe we're going to do that. I don't know. Execute details, navigation. It's going to take in a base thing. How does it get to that? I like that. I like that a lot. That's right. That's how we do that. Okay. So there's a navigate command. And I'm going to do a details command, right? So details equals reactive command. Dot create from observable that thing comma unit. Is that right? Yep. And then we'll do an execute details navigation. And what's this going to look like? This execute detail navigation is going to very simply look like this. We're going to call this thing because that's what it is. It's the detail navigation. All right, and then this is just going to, okay, so then we're going to change this one to pass through the value. Yep, I remember writing this code. And then, we need that, and we need the I thing, the thing. We need the underscore view model factory. This is why I want to add DI, because I hate having to do this, honestly. Having to pay attention. I'm just going to pass it in the constructor and be done with it. I view model factory. Right, so let's create. Nope, that's going to be a concrete. Options view model details. Execute navigate needs to. Oh, I see what I did. I see what smart things I did. Options. We're just gonna return the option. That's fine. I just need to be create. I don't need to return observable. So this, yeah, because we're not gonna do anything magic here. So that creates. That's good. So then we're gonna do a from the navigation. We're gonna say navigate dot select option view model factory dot create. Oh, I don't have it. I have to go back and make this change. So I can't make this work right now the way it currently exists because I don't have the right create method. The only thing this view model factory create method has is a generic method, and what I need to do is give it an explicit. I need to create a master detail view model factory that will go get the correct view model and create it. This should be option. Yeah. And then I can do a dot invoke command and go to my details page. So I'll have to do that later. I think I actually will do that this weekend though. Get everything working for Sextant that it needs in order to be able to do this. But long and short, what I want to do is this. I want to say, hey, when the navigation command gets clicked, pass through the option, right, through the command. When the command completes, go ahead, or when it passes the value through, go ahead and create the correct view model instance, and then send that view model instance into the execute navigation details, and it will do the navigation for you. So instead of doing this, which is really, really ugly, I want to do something more streamlined along the lines of this. So I know exactly how to get rid of this. I just have to be smarter than a 5th grader. I could currently do it with a switch expression, but I don't. No, because I still have to have a factory that could create it. So I'll have to come back and fix that. But I think that's enough for today. I think we've talked about a good amount of things, and I've just gone through and hacked at a whole bunch of junk. So I'm going to clean this up shortly and get this ready for a PR. I think I'm actually going to undo what I just did. So I'm going to... because I can come back and fix this up later. I'm going to undo all that stuff. All that creation of the details. Yep. And I'm going to come back and do that later. Right now it functions And this just needs to be the detail navigation. Next, you should have an underscore. Yep. Right. Show the detail navigation. We'll just do the thing. It'll push a page. Okay, that works, I think. So, let's just run it again real quick and then be done. Just to make sure that we didn't break anything before we push a pull request. Do I want you to run my apps on Android? You feel free. I don't because I don't really work with Android much these days. Um, no, this is not actually working. Okay, so we got some bugs we got to clean through, but all in all, I like the direction this is going. So we'll go ahead and do terminal git add git commit dash m. I'll do a git push origin feature master detail. And I'm going to use GitHub's new awesome thing where I'll do GitHub PR create. Boom. I just want to see if it'll build. Feature master detail body. We don't care. Submit the thing. Boom. Pull request. So we should run the build and verify that. Oh, I added 370 lines of code, but I removed 505. Yes, I got rid of like 120 some odd lines of code. Life is good. All right, folks, that's pretty much all I've got for today. I'm not going to belabor this much more. I appreciate you tuning in, and see you next time.